Right, g'day team. G'day team. I'll just check our framing, make sure you can see my beautiful face. Make sure we've got everything all good. Framing looks pretty good. Just double checking there. Bro, how are you, buddy? Good to see you back again. Moved cross country. Are you in Hicksville now or somewhere? Back of somewhere. Shouldn't say that, should I? There we go. I think that'll suffice. I think we've got a pretty good place. There we go. Right, rock and roll. Oh, that sounds a bit gritty, Eric. I thought we had cleaned that. Maybe the dust blowing it out was. That's better. There we go. Welcome team. Welcome one and all. Good to see you guys all back again. We'll let everyone gather their thoughts, figure out how we're going. Or I might have to go back just slightly because I think you might miss my head. That's all right. My marks on the ground seem to not always justify what we're actually doing. I think that's it there. Let's just give that a check. Right, that'll do. We'll get it right one day. That'll work. There we go. Right. Romania. Welcome, Rabin. How are you? Right, team. Today, as you'll see from behind me, we're going to speed things up a little bit. We're going to just do some 5-minute pieces. We're going to have good rest period in between. And we're just going to do some rating. Okay, very simple. As you see, 25 minutes of work, 10 minutes in the rest period, so 35 odd minutes. I'll try not to yak too much here before we start, and then we'll be able to get things done. Okay. Going to be changing relatively quickly, as you'll see in the time segments on the side. I bought a big, nice, fat black pen, so hopefully should be able to see the time changes pretty quickly. But the majority of the rating today is around sort of 26. Okay, so it's right in that. We're not going like super crazy intensity, but we're gonna find that nice sweet spot, which I feel like that mid-rating work anywhere sort of between 24, 28 in that area there. If we can find our rhythm and we can find our sort of that metronomic feel where we're just really sitting back on the stroke and then we're letting the machine take us forward, we get this really nice ratio, okay, that allows us to find that space where we can manage our output, okay, so to speak. So how much we're sort of, the pressure that we're giving the machine, the stroke, and that allows us that area to look for personal best type of thing, okay. So if you want to set half hour, whatever, 5K, 6K, dare I say it, push it out to an hour. If you can tap it along at that sort of area and find a really good work-rest ratio and be really relaxed coming forward, the output that you actually have to give at that rating is lower than you expect, okay? And what I mean by that output at that lower is that when we're rating at 20 rating, right, we're trying to push really hard because we're only doing 20 strokes a minute, okay? But then once you get up, and we've drawn graphs and stuff here on the stream before, the amount of increase that you need once you get up into that sort of 26 area is not double the power, okay? It might be another 15%. It's not much, okay? But you've got to do it a lot more times a minute, okay? And hence why you feel like you're working a lot harder, and you're working harder, but you're not working a lot harder, okay? It's not like lifting 50 kilograms off the ground and then all of a sudden lifting 100, okay? That's double. Whereas on the machine, because we use that rating, we increase the power slightly, but because we're using a little bit more rating, now all of a sudden, the amount of watts that we're producing is actually quite, per minute, is quite a lot higher, and this is what the machine works on, okay? So today, it's just really about finding that nice, smooth groove, okay, that you might hear people talk about. Get in the groove, okay, whatever. That's what we're going to have today. And it allows you there at home, okay, or wherever you're watching this from, to manage your output. Okay, do you want to start pushing it quite early and seeing how well these go, or do you want to do some good work and then be like, actually, maybe when we get down to those last few, I'll really give it a good nudge. Okay, but as I say, we're here, we'll work on all the technique stuff that we're going to do. I'll keep it focused on what I feel like we need to work on, that rhythm around the front, around the back, finding that rhythm. I'll just keep chatting. Don't you worry about that. Okay, and you guys just keep good focus on what you're trying to do. Look at the ways that you want to improve, the parts of the stroke that you feel like you need to work on. Okay, but at the same time, we're finding today this overall rhythm of the stroke, this continuous motion as much as possible, because the more continuous we make this machine, the better we go. Okay, it's a real simple fact. Okay, so we'll probably do 4 or 5 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes. Probably do 3 or 4 minutes of just building up the heart rate, getting the blood flowing, and then we might throw in maybe 30, 40 seconds at sort of 24, maybe 30, 40 seconds at 26, something like that. Okay, because the rest of it, once we start getting up into that higher rating, you know, we're only there for a minute here, a minute there, and at the end, obviously, it goes up quite a bit. But we don't need to do like a hella warm-up, like 10, 15 minutes, like we would if we were going to do really like high specific pieces. Okay, so that's all we need to do. Okay, let's jump on and we'll start the warm-up, and then I can talk you through as we get to the end of it. If you haven't seen what we're doing, what we're actually going to do in terms of time and rate, and then we'll be good to go. Okay. Here we go, black gold. Oh, and once again, 3M tape, that stuff, light brown, very sticky, waterproof. Okay, used to be the old physio tape we used to put on. That's what I use on my heels. Okay, just because I'm a sweaty beast, sweaty man beast. Okay, and that's why I prefer to row with feet out. Otherwise, my recommendation is flatter soled shoes as you can that have got good flex, that allows you to get nice feeling in the feet. Okay, not specifically hard soled. Some people like the push of the hard sole, and if you do, that's great. I just look at it from a feeling point of view in terms of if you're going to be doing short stuff all the time, then hard soled sort of CrossFitties type shoes training, they're not bad. Okay. But if you're looking for fitness and stuff like that, we need to have a feeling in our feet so that we can feel what's happening between us and the machine. Okay? Simple. Let's rock and roll. Okay. So, start your own warm-up. The way that you want to warm up, just getting everything rolling. Okay? It's always the key. Making sure that you are happy with your preparation. Okay, some people might feel like they need to get on here early, do a bit of warm up, stretch out the back or stretch out the body after. Okay, and then just a little bit of priming work before we rip into it. Okay, but as always, as we start this warm up, just remember, feel the machine. Okay, feel the bungee, feel the hands, be loose. Okay, every element of tension, no matter how small, we can't eliminate all the attention, but as much as we can, it starts adding time and speed to your overall workout, distance, whatever, okay? Every time you start getting tense and tight, you've heard me say a lot of times, you lose your potential, okay? The potential of you against the machine, against your personal best. So being relaxed and loose always tends to start by how you warm up. And that's why, when you get into pieces, the way you tend to start them tends to be the way that you're going to finish it, okay? If you start out nice and loose and relaxed, then you should be able to maintain that for a longer period of time, okay? Start out tense, first stroke you rip at it will tend to be the same thing in the go-to that will happen over that period of time, okay? So feeling the rhythm now, starting to push down onto our speed. Working on the sequence, feeling that push, keeping that hang, letting that body hinge off the hips. Okay, this is good. And for the next sort of 90 seconds, just start feeling your output, okay? Feel the push. Feel the body. Feel how much weight you're holding and hanging on to. Okay, not pulling, but feeling that press against the footboard. Feel how long that press happens for, okay? It's not going to happen all the way to the finish, obviously, but in that first part of the stroke, through there, once the bodies are coming through, once the arm's starting to come to us, you should start to feel yourself coming back off it a little bit, okay, and using those straps for what they're designed for, which is to hold us from flying way up the back of the machine, okay? So feel that push, and right around that finish, let the hands come to us, just like that. Engagement of the core. Okay, good. So let's just speed it up. About 12, 15 strokes. Somewhere in the region of 24 to 26. Okay? And your time, this one. Now, so just build it. Just feel that increase in speed. Move the hands. Feel the hang. Nice pressure. Against the foot forward. Okay, a couple more. Good. Take it down. Okay, nice. So, just want to get the body ready for the rating. Okay, we probably don't actually need to do much more than that. I can already feel the warmth in the body. Okay, heart rate going. If you feel like you need to do just a little bit more, jump into it right now. Okay, do another 10, 15 strokes. But as I say, we're 5 pieces. First one's 3 minute, 2 minute, 22, 24. Second one's 1, 2, 2, 22, 24, 26. 2, 2, 1, 24, 26, minute at 28. And then we do another fourth one, as I mentioned at the start. We can wind off now. 1, 2, 1, 1. Don't worry, I'll do all the calling. 24, 26, 28, minute at 30. Okay, so it's only really in the last two pieces that we start getting up into that 28, 30 sort of area. And the last one, we're just going to increase, okay? The last one should be quite fun. The last one, 26, 28, 30, 32, and then I've got 34 plus, okay? Now, as I always say, if you're not comfortable even at that height, at that rate, don't go there, okay? If you're comfortable at 30, stay at 30, that's fine, okay? But if you want to just free it up a little bit, that whole last piece is going to be about freedom, moving speed, freedom, freeing up the hands, etc. Okay, and that's what's going to give us our rating when we get up into that last one. But as you can see, the majority, there, 2, 4, 6, 8, a lot of this workout is at that 26 area, okay, which is a very metronomic, one speed ratio type of work, okay. We've got to start trying to find that to be the area, okay. It's a very, in my books, 26 around that area is a really nice speed and rate where we can just tap it along, tick, 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 okay? Work, rest, work, rest, work, rest. Okay, once we start getting a bit quicker than that, we've got to work it a little bit harder, okay? And anything below that is just really good area of training pace, that type of thing. But if we can find really good efficiency at that middle stuff, as I say, it balances out the power versus rating, etc. Okay, it's all mathematics and physics and crap like that. We won't get into all of that, but this 26, just in the way that this machine works, is a really good area of just moving back and forward. Okay, so let's rock and roll. Recovering from COVID, Arthur? Yeah, well, you do not get on that machine, pal. You make sure that you're right before you get back here. Couple people sick. Few people doing it tomorrow. That's awesome, okay? But everybody that's here, let's rock and roll, okay? Get prepared, get set. We'll be straight into it. As I say, we've got plenty of rest time. Too much, if you ask me. But I was being nice today. I thought, right, let's just do this and we can work on things and we can chat in between, okay? And then it will allow us to actually just focus on some of our own pressure. Maybe look at when we get into this 26 and this 2 minutes, we're like, actually, I might just push this one a little bit harder than I normally do to find that balance between the speed, okay, the power and that rating, okay, to really find your space where you can be like, you know what, third piece, 2 minutes, shit, it felt good, so good. I'd love to be able to do that for 5K, okay, and that's what I'm trying to bring to you guys today. It's just that feeling of rhythm that we're trying to find, okay. So let's jump into it. New workout, intervals, time, very simple. 5 minutes on the set time. Scroll down, 2 minutes on the rest period. I'll leave it flashing for 10, 15 seconds, okay? If the interval thing's not working or your screen's running low on battery and you're just gonna have to roll into this, that's fine. I'll make the calls, okay? As always, get ready for the change. Here we go, okay? So 5 minutes set time, 2 minutes rest. Pressing the check button now. 5 minutes, 2 minutes, there we go, okay? So let's lock and load. First one's very simple, very, very easy to just roll into this rhythm, 22, 24. Okay, focus on our form, and then we'll be away from there. Okay, let's rock and roll. Set him ready. 3 minutes at 22 and 2 minutes at 24. Are you ready? Attention. Row. So remember, just be nice and free to start. We'll find that rating. Okay, once we're on the rating, then we can lengthen out and find the movements that we're trying to achieve. Movement speed with our handles, with our glide forward. Okay, so settle it into your rhythm now. Feel that nice hang in the arm, with that focus of feeling like it's hanging under the armpits, down in the lats, rather than tightness up here in the shoulders. Okay, good. Once we've got that focus, let's really work on this continuous motion, starting with what happens around the back. Okay, there's no stop with the hands. They brush the body, just like that. Chain starts drawing it back. So the machine is helping us on our recovery. Okay, good. Feel the transfer of weight on the feet as we come forward. So that change, drawing the hands out over the knees, soft knee break, roll with it, and be supple. Be sitting into the front, okay? Not rigid off the back. Set, but not super rigid, okay? And this is good. So now we've got this good flow around the finish. We're gliding forward. Let's start figuring out what's happening just before the catch. The deceleration of the seat. Okay, so we're ready to change up. This one now. So now the chain is going to pull us quicker forward. Now we're going to work on that front part where we glide one speed. And then we work on this turnaround at the catch. Okay, we don't get there and stop and then go like that. Okay, none of this. We compress, push away, compress, push away. Okay, feel it now. Almost feeling like as the body and the weight is coming into the front, you can feel that load onto the feet. Okay? It's like doing a jumping jack, right? You don't get to the bottom, stop, and then go. As you're coming to the bottom, you start feeling like you're all ready to push away. Just like that. Okay, and we're keeping our hands moving around the finish. Keeping nice, relax through the chest. This is nice. Okay, starting to find that motion. Pendulum. Patience. Relaxation as much as possible. Couple more. And down. Okay. Just first piece. Okay. So with this reining work, really today focus on the areas of freedom where if we become tight like this, okay, it doesn't allow us to do that. Okay, it doesn't allow the hands to just be free and move away. Okay, and then especially in this next piece, once we start into that 24 and get up into that 26, this whole piece about coming into the front this way takes time to develop and get the feel, but we don't want to come in, stop, and then be heavy. Don't want to come in and then move out, okay? It very much is like if you were doing jumping jacks, squats, bits and pieces. You don't get there and stop and then got to move out. You feel this compression as you come in, and you feel the weight coming onto the balls of the feet through this part here. And as you're feeling that weight onto the balls of the feet, you're starting really to just push away from it, to move in and away. Okay, so yes, we're changing direction from going that way to this way, but it's instantaneous. Okay, and remember, it doesn't need to be heavy in that part there. The part where we're producing the most force is through here. And the legs are pushing, the body's here, body's coming back with us. Okay, that's where the maximum force is produced through the middle of the stroke. Okay, a couple of seconds, moving in now. Okay, 1 minute at 22. So start off by finding this rhythm again. Okay, 22, we've got patience, so yes, not necessarily need to be super quick with our rhythm of the hands. It allows us to have a self-check about our body position. Where's my hand draw? How are my elbows? Does it look like this? Does it feel tight? Have I got chicken wings? Or am I pretty good with trying as much as possible to keep it flat with the chain, not dropping it down, not pulling it up too far, okay? So now we get ready to free it up, moving in. Now, 2 minutes, 24. So just free the hands. The overall stroke, every part of the stroke gets quicker. Not just the legs, not just the recovery. Everything moves that 5 to 10% quicker, just like this, okay? And as you see, your speed's got quicker, but your output has only marginally got a little bit more, okay? So now we sit into this rhythm. We make this as continuous as we can. We breathe into it. We stay loose. Keeping the tension out of it. Okay. The sequence of the setup. Hands drawn away over the knees. Soft knee break. Okay, good. Rolling with it. With motion. Okay. Now we work on that front again. Feeling that compress. Feeling that continuous push. Remember, it's one go at it. Okay, we don't try and make movements throughout it. And we're going up 2 now. So here we go to 26. We move everything
A little bit more free. Okay, now breathe into it. And feel this ratio now, how it feels like the drive and the recovery almost feel like the same speed. Drive time, recovery time. Drive time, recovery time. Okay, flywheel's moving. We move with it. We hang with it. Long arms, that's it. Good. Out of the shoulders. Underneath the armpits, down in the lats. Nice. Good work, team. Good. Feel that press. Body's open. Sit back. Good. Really nice. There it is. Okay. Stay nice and continuous. Tap it along. Work on the efficiency. The continuation. Last 5 seconds. There it is. Okay, really good. Okay, heart rates are starting to get up. Sweat's coming. Okay, but remember in this rest period, bring ourselves back under control. Don't need to put pressure behind it. Not super focused on technique. We're just not stopping and sitting around. Okay? So now that we've touched on the 26, okay, we're now going to find that to be our middle ground. Okay, so what we're trying to focus on a bit today is, if you noticed, recovery time, drive time, recovery time, drive time at 26 is very, almost one-to-one. Okay, and that's what we want to try and find, is we just want to be continuous. We're just driving, recovering, driving, recovering, driving, recovering. And it doesn't mean that we have to be like, we've got to get off really fast, come into the back, or I don't have to be like super, got to get round the finish. Okay, if it feels like that, maybe you just need to have a bit of adjustment. Okay, drag factor, maybe it's a little bit heavy. Tad down, something like that. Okay, we're just trying to get that ratio 1-to-1 so that we can work, rest. You know, and we're only working that part there through, we get the pickup, we work through here, but we're using our bodies, we're using our hand muscles, and we're relaxed. Okay, we've got clarity. So let's start to firm it up. 2-2-1, starting 24 now. So remember, when we start off in these, just get our rating. Might take 10, 15 seconds. Okay, on there now. Now we start to focus on the motion, the continuation. Okay? We feel how relaxed we can be. We feel the drive of the machine, of our bodies. And we start to have a good understanding of the ratio. Okay, feel that the flywheel is moving. And we're picking it up again. Where does it feel in your stroke where the noise of the machine is at its loudest. I guarantee you it's here. Listen to it. Okay? It's when the legs and the body are moving together. That's why we've got to get the connection here. It doesn't have to be real heavy. Okay? Use our body. Use our drive. Combine them together. Okay? Up to 26. Now, okay, so you know how to do it. Move. Now motion. Slide it to the front. Feel that compression. Hang away. Breathe. Relax the face. This is good. Okay, feel the metronome. Feel the ratio. Press, recover. Press, recover. Okay, really good work, team. Okay, loosen the shoulders. Don't choke the handle. Arms out long. Remember, we're hanging. The fluidity. Suppleness in the body. Don't need to be too stiff. You need to have strong core, muscle control. Don't need to be super stiff with our movements, okay? So, moving it up to 28. Remember how to do it. Free it up. This one. Now, take a few strokes. Increase the speed of our movement. Loose hands around the back. Let them move away. They want to move faster, and we can hold it. We slow it down if we can't get the hands away. Feel the compress, natural length. Hang away. Good. Last 10 seconds. Stay relaxed. Good. Nice. Okay. Simple as that. We're finding really nice rhythm through that middle section. Okay. Finding that ratio. Just allowing us to work and rest as much as possible. Okay. I think it's one thing you'll find that anyone that's been here on the channel, only when we start getting up really high would you ever hear me saying, push harder on the legs, push harder on the legs, okay? Because naturally, I don't feel like anybody needs to tell anybody to push harder on the legs, okay? Or work harder. I'm trying to get everyone to work smarter, which is how do you push on the legs? How do you use that power to push through to the body, okay? And then how do you use the legs and the body to push through to create your speed, Okay, so just remember that when you're working along, it's up to you to feel like, am I getting the acceleration? If you're not getting the acceleration on the legs, okay, yeah, it probably will feel like you're not getting the speed or the rating, okay? And that's where you've got to make the change in your head. Am I too slow on the drive, or am I stopping here, or do I need to get quicker there? Okay, so just remember, it's all up to you to feel your rhythm, your rate, your groove that you're trying to find, okay, to really nail it down, to find something that's continuous. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 1, starting 24, here we go. Now, so should be relatively easy here to find our 24. Use this first part to find our rate, to feel our natural length. Okay, work it in with our compression. Okay, there it is. Okay, and now start dialing in the form that we're going to try and hold for the rest of the piece. Okay, the hang, the sequence of our drive, the smooth pickup around the front. Okay, here we go. And now we go up to the 26, 2 minutes. Find the ratio. Now, so over that 4 or 5 strokes, we're now on the rate. Now have a think, have a feel. Drive, recover, drive, recover. Can we just keep it moving? Not stopping. Being relaxed on the recovery. Releasing the tension. Feel the flow. Patience. Really good. Okay, we'll just keep this flywheel turning over as easy as we can. This is good. Find a comfortable, continuous motion right here. Look in the feeling. This is good. Really good. Hang. Armpits. Down in the legs. Okay, and as we speed up, 2 points, accelerate. Now, everything moves quicker. Once we get to that rate, lock in the feeling. Metronome here. Breathe. Try and release the tension. Open the mouth. One smooth drive. Good. Nice. Okay. Going up again. Same again. Now, steady rate. Build it up. Feel that pressure. Know the ratio. Okay, settle into the rhythm. Breathe with me. And press. Hands. Move the hands. Nice. 10 seconds. Almost. Nice. Okay, really good. Really, really good. Okay, so yes, a lot of fatigue build-up happening now. Okay, and after, when the fatigue starts setting in, is the important times where we just start to feel our rhythm. Almost got to be the experience of feeling how we're moving, trying to find some clarity without being like, shit, working so hard. Okay, got to try and create the mind over matter feeling where I'm moving, I'm breathing, I'm tapping it along. Okay, because at the end of the day, when we start getting up and rating, the goal is only to keep the flywheel spinning for as long as we can manage it at what we get it up to. Okay, so once we start getting tense and tight, we can't get the pickup properly, we lose the ability to keep that flywheel tapping over. Okay, and that's basically the key to maintaining your speed, or, and it happens to all of us, myself included, limiting the amount of fade that happens. Okay, because when we're at full tip, speed's going to go that way. We don't want it to do that. We want it to do that. Okay, so this piece, 1 minute changes starting at 26. Here we go. Now, so start off by just moving. Don't worry about the length to start. Okay, we find our rhythm. We lengthen into it now. Okay, we're getting that flywheel up to speed. Okay, and the goal of this, find the rate that's comfortable for you. Okay, if it starts getting out of control, hold what we've got. But this last piece is about us being under pressure, under fatigue, trying to hold a rhythm that we've been working on for the most part of the piece. Okay, up 2. Now, relaxation is the key. Don't be tight. There it is. One push. Body weight. And let the hands come to us. Don't need to pull them in. Not doing anything. Move them around. Okay, breathe. Increase the overall. Now, 30. Remember, work everything not just the drive. Move quicker. Find the rhythm, the metronome. Remember, don't worry if the rate doesn't hit. Take 2 or 3, 4 or 5. Try and get it, not just one. Okay, stay loose, stay relaxed. It's only 2 minutes left. Up to, yeah. Moving with the speed of the flywheel. Hang. Patience. Breathe. Don't choke the handle. Finish in front of the body. Brush. Pulling it into the body does nothing. Slides down. Open the mouth. Last change, if you can. Now, relax. Hang. Freedom. Nice long arms. Around the back. That's it. 20 seconds. Hold. Hit the flywheel. Good. That's it. Top work. Team. What? Okay. Breathe. Right out. Don't stop. Okay. Really good. Okay. I'm quite glad I gave myself 2 minutes in the rest periods. Not gonna lie. Okay, but just now, bring the bodies, breathing under control. High 180s there. Working pretty hard, okay? But really good, okay? See that build through that piece. Okay, see how we got into it? We kept the rhythm moving. Okay, we try is the optimal word to keep it flowing, keep it free, okay? Now, you might have heard me saying around there as well, don't draw the body into the handles into the body, okay? Because one of the most common reasons why people can't hit rating, they fatigue so much, okay? Our arm muscles are tiny, okay? And when they start to tie up, it makes us up here feel like everything's toast, okay? Now just press your menu, save that into the menu. We'll keep warming down and we'll chat, okay? So when people are trying from here to pull this in, okay, you're doing absolutely nothing to the speed of the machine. Okay, because once you've gone past this point here, maximum power is gone, the flywheel is already starting to die, and doing this tires you out. Okay, and then you get, shit, I've got tense arms because these start lactating up, they get tight. Okay, now we want to have control where the arms come to us because of this, because of the legs and the body, they come to us. But there's no reason why it needs to do this. It can just brush around. Okay, so when you start getting up higher in rating, at 20 rating, absolutely, everyone tries to hold it on as long as you can. That's why you'll see videos of athletes doing this. Okay. Yeah, I tried to lean back as far as I could because all you're worried about when you're an athlete is the numbers, middle of the screen, at training, because that's where you do 90% of your work. Okay. But you'll never see an athlete doing a full rate piece doing this. Okay. They're here. They're finishing just beyond vertical to be able to move those hands away. Okay, so as we start getting up into higher rating stuff, just make sure that you think about it as to what's happening around this part. Okay, we don't really want to cut it this short. Okay, but this whole brush the body allows the hands to still have the feeling that they're trying to accelerate what's happened with the legs and the body, but then as soon as it comes into here, it's got to go out. Okay, and that's why you might have heard me say that we're the only ones slowing the rating down. Okay, and only for show, but remember, this is what happens. That's how fast it moves. Okay, so this isn't slowing us down. We need to be able to go like that with our hands. Okay, but we've still got to have that control. So if we think we're getting stuck here and we can't get our hands away, it's generally because we're probably too tight, trying to pull the last part of that stroke into us where we don't need to, because all the work's been done with these muscles, this whole torso, okay, through there, and then we're just flowing with it. This is what helps us keep that rate up, is this part here, okay, and if we're tight, we start to do that. Okay, so once you start getting up onto that tension, big muscles will keep working for a long period of time, but it's the small parts and small muscles in the body which actually slow us down. Okay, they're the ones that create the fatigue, the shoulders. Okay, we start doing this too much. This feels tight and we're like, shit, it's heavy. Okay, my neck's feeling tight, my face is feeling tight. Okay, and all of those parts are the bits of the stroke that will slow us down. Okay, so apart from that stuff, really good in working through those first 4 sets, trying to get this feeling of that continuous motion, this metronomic rhythm and feeling that we're trying to find in our stroke. Okay, because the better we get at realizing how we move and how easily we can maintain a specific rating versus that specific power, okay, the easier it becomes for us to look at how we do our personal best stuff, our goals, right, our targets, whatever we're trying to achieve. Okay, once you get an understanding of like, man, I can row really well at 24, but when I get to 28, I fall to pieces. Okay, and so that's something you've got to say to yourself and say, well, what am I doing wrong? And it's about doing workouts and bits and pieces that are shorter, give you time to think about it, okay, to find that feeling. Because at the end of the day, everything that we're doing on the rowing machine is a personal feeling. How I feel versus how you guys feel might be a little bit different, okay? I try and give the cues and the feelings and the things that I feel, which I know in the past have taken me to world records in bits and pieces, okay? And it's no different. All I was trying to do was find an efficient way to work with the machine, which was going to give me the best opportunity to hold my score, okay? And that's really what it comes down to, is that's what we're trying to achieve, is you finding a way to hold your body's potential, your body's size, age, shape, sex, everything. It all comes into the factor of you finding a way to find your best out of what you're doing, okay? And then you can say, hey, I did my best ever time for 10 minutes or best ever distance for 10 minutes. Sweet, okay? And that's what it's about. It's just finding ways for you guys to understand that we're trying to work with a machine. So how do we work with it easy? How do we use our muscle form? How do we hold our shape? How do we find a consistent rhythm? Because at the end of the day, you get to a point where you're trying to find points of seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds, okay? 1 meter, 5 meters, 10 meters over a specific time, okay? You're not trying to say, hey, I'm going to try and beat my half hour record by a kilometer, okay? It's not going to happen. So it's just working the little bits and pieces that find that continuous motion for us and our body movements, okay, to keep the speed of the flywheel ticking over, to keep the movements going, okay? And if we blow up, who gives a shit, okay? Because it's like, okay, I need to work on something. And that's the cool thing about doing stuff like this, is if you went through it and you did it really well, awesome. If you started failing towards the end, good, even better, okay? Because we're finding out what we need to work on, where we're starting to go wrong, so that when we sit back on training, we just go back to focus, because we spend a lot of time training in terms of just spending time on the machine, trying to just work the heart rates and get the fitness up. But then when we come onto here, we do a little bit more focus on specific parts so that you can go away, because it's very difficult for us to go max out stuff with other people, okay? It's cool, and yeah, you can do a little bit, but it really comes down to you to be able to do it. So I enjoy these live streams, won't lie, they're great, because it's just trying to get a little bit of input to other people to say, hey, look, try this, feel this rhythm. If you do this, maybe it could help, okay? And hopefully that's what we're achieving here today. So, great workout, awesome time. I'll see if we've got any chat. Catch this one tomorrow, Sammy. Favorite kind of workout, Robro, thank you. That 1 minute at 34 was the hardest that you've worked in a long time. Yeah, I won't lie, it was getting up there as well. Yeah, it would be brutal. It would be harder with brutal rest, not gonna lie. Yeah, so it's a good little one today. I've been going back and forward in different bits and pieces, and I think we'll keep looking in the chat. And obviously keep an eye out on the Sensei Facebook page, because I would like to get a bit more, I guess, advice or opinions from you guys as to what you'd like to try and get better at. Is there specific types of things you're trying to get better at, whether it's high rate, low rate, middle rate? I thought, the other day we did some stuff on that, building the speed, which was really good to add to the library, to try and get that freedom of movement. And then this one today, I was really trying to just work on that mid-range, that metronomic feeling of that sort of 26, where we can just sit back and forward, okay? And it's something that we've got to get used to and start to figure out, because if we do it, and we could have done it for longer periods of time, which we might get to at later parts of the live streams down the track, but it's a real fine area that people need to start to work towards, because at the end of the day, we've just got to be able to work ourselves and have enough time to work and enough time to recover, okay? And if we match that in the middle, okay, we get a really, really good point, okay? Now, if we work too hard and we don't have enough time to recover, we blow, okay? But then if we have enough time to work we don't have enough time to recover, but we don't have enough work, we're never going to get the speed that we're trying to find. Okay, so it's a really fine balance to find that red line. Okay, because at the end of the day, we want to be, if we can get to that red line and meet it in the middle, that's us. That's our personal best. That's our goal. Okay, and sometimes in the workouts, we've got to go past the red line and blow up a bit and be like, shit, okay, that's hard. And then ultimately on the other side of the line is generally what we do most days. Okay, we're not pushing ourselves, and because we can't, it's physically impossible to push ourselves like super hard. Okay, we've just got to make sure that we're finding that nice groove and that nice rhythm. Okay, your least favorite workout, Molly? Come on, but good for me to for that reason. Yeah, it is. You know, and that is the thing, is it's just finding that rhythm, finding that ratio. Okay, tap it along. Okay, and that's the thing is I implore you guys to just, anytime you're on the machine, just remember, all you're trying to do is not let that flywheel slow down too much. Got to pick it up smoothly, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. Okay, and then as you use the stroke, it's not all done from the front, it's done right through the middle. Nice smooth movements. Okay, and the more you do that, the more you can sit on here, the more you'll see that you might, round numbers here, you might start your workout at 2 minutes 10, and hopefully at the finish, you're at 2 minutes 10 as well. You know, or else maybe you've just slowed off because you went a little bit harder than you normally do. Who cares? Okay, so that's it. Great one today. Awesome work, team. I'm going to watch some golf, and then there's some sort of rugby. Is it a rugby game today? I don't know if it's a rugby game. No, just kidding. Might have to watch the Super Bowl. That'd be pretty cool. Gonna enjoy that. Yeah. So thanks a lot, team. Doug, been on a Sensei for a couple of years now. Now listening to the live streams the last couple of weeks. This is the first live one for me. Really good, fresh coaching. Thanks a lot, Doug. Awesome. On the theme of least favorite, what was the workout you dreaded the most as an athlete, Chris? I don't know if it's a workout. It's a test. See, the one thing is, you've got to, whatever workout I was given, I was like, hey, I'm going to try and do it, because generally we're at a level where a physiologist is trying to break you, right? They're trying to be like, yeah, we'll push them past that red line, because if you're not failing, you don't know how to get better, right? So everything that was given to us was some strange way, shape, or form. The hardest things that we ever did with our coach was 1 hour, gets everyone in the gym, right, everyone on the ergs, we're going to do an hour test, fast as you can go for an hour. Okay, and when I mean as fast as you can go for an hour, I'm not meaning it like 20 rate. I mean open rate, whatever you want to go, we'll see you at the finish line. You know, we'll see you in an hour. And you've got people blowing, you've got people not going out hard enough, because at the end of the day, what happened is you just got a list that was printed and put on the board. And it's like number 1, number 35, or however many guys we had in the team. And you wanted to be up in that echelon up there, because that means that you're in cruise, or you are the best, or whatever it was. And in my younger days, I was always in that echelon at the top. And a lot of the time, the problem with it was that it became, in the later years, it became our last workout before we finished for the Christmas break. But at other times, it was like, you just turn up on a Friday afternoon. Oh, our test today? Oh, yeah. So you had no idea, no preparation, nothing. Okay. And so those ones where you don't know what's happening and it's just like freakish, that they were definitely the hardest. Apart from that, anything that's put in front of you, honestly, try it. If you have to adapt it, that's fine. But you just got to try and see where you can go, push your limits, and find as much enjoyment out of it as possible. Because at the end of the day, it's going to make you better mentally. Okay, every time you get on the machine, you complete something, or you fail it halfway through, but you continue going. Who cares? Mind over matter. Okay, it's satisfaction. It's knowing that you've attempted something that otherwise you probably wouldn't have attempted before. Because half the workouts that I was given in my life, I'd never have done those if I had to think about them myself. So those are the hard ones. Okay, but otherwise, team, thanks for the questions. We're actually, for the next 3 weeks, we've got to stay at this time Just got a few childcare issues, and so I'll have to send my boy off to school. He won't be going to his mother's on a few of the weekends, and so once he's gone to school, boom, I jump on the rower. Okay, I'd love to be doing the 5 a.m. ones for you guys. Makes it a bit easier for some of the pieces, but at least all of these go into the library. You can look back over them and do them. Okay, but as I say, enjoy the rest of the day. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Better go put some bets on. See who's going to win. Take care. Stay safe. Social distance. Wear a mask. Go get vaccinated, please. Want you guys to be safe. Remember, we all hate the government, but we're not doing this for the government. We're doing this for ourselves. So remember why you're doing it. And that's us. Okay, so thanks from me and the team at the Sensei. Yeah, till next time. Peace out. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day, everyone, for tomorrow.